God, it feels like a long time since I shot a YouTube video, and there have been a couple of reasons for that. Number one, I hated my camera. And the second reason is there's a lot of building going on near where I live, and there's been a lot of banging and a lot of drilling, and it's all been a little bit noisy. This video, as you may have guessed from the title, is me trying my new Zoeva vegan brush set. One of the big things that's happened since I last shot a YouTube video is that I've gone vegetarian. I have a blog post which I will link down below on why I did that and what it means for me and essentially how I feel about it, and actually I have a second blog post on how difficult I'm finding it. Since I went vegetarian, I've been thinking a lot about the other choices that I make in life around consuming animal products. And I had been thinking about it anyway, about replacing my makeup brushes. And I just thought, well, there's no point in buying natural hair brushes if I'm not eating meat, or I'm trying not to buy new leather, or, you know, I'm thinking about all of these things around animal welfare and how we consume animals. So I decided that I would invest in some vegan makeup brushes by Zoeva. I had a look online, and two of the main brands that came up were Zoeva and Morphe. Or is it Morph? I obviously don't watch enough YouTubers. I decided to go for the Zoeva ones because I can't remember, were they cheaper? I'm not sure, or did they just get better reviews? Anyway, I went for the 10-piece Zoeva vegan brush set, which is also linked below. And then I asked Twitter what they would like me to do with it. Did you want me to do a blog post about my first impressions, or would I do like a full face of makeup using my new brushes? And the overall verdict was that a YouTube video doing a full face would probably be better. So I have now waffled on for way too long. I may as well just get down to it. This is the bag that they come in. It's a little faux leather clutch. It is pink on the inside. It's actually really nice. I'm not that mad about the branding. I just don't really like branding on bags in general, unless it says Celine, because I'm a snob. But obviously I won't be buying any more Celine bags because they're leather. Life is hard. And inside you get 10 brushes. My very first impressions were that they're short. So before this I've been using an array of blank canvas brushes, which you can see in my other videos. And my blank canvas brushes are about an inch longer. I don't know that it makes a particular difference to how I'm using them, but they just are shorter. I was just a little bit surprised. I'm going to do my makeup and I'll talk through them as I go. So the first brush I'm going to use is a foundation brush. That's the first makeup step that I always do. I always admire when makeup artists do eyes first, but whenever I do that, I don't know, I just can't get the right idea of what they're going to look like. I don't know, it really confuses me. So this is the Zoeva 104 buffer brush. The dog is like wandering around my feet there. It's a nice densely packed foundation brush. As you can see, I have used this already. Oh, and also if you see this on my hand, I was trying out the Kat Von D liquid lipsticks in Debenhams earlier on. I've washed my hands twice and they have not moved, so I don't know whether that's a good sign or a bad sign. Maybe good for your look, bad for your skin. Anyway, I'll talk you through it like a bit. I'm using my Chanel Healthy Glow foundation, which I really like and use a lot. I was in Chanel today and the woman was telling me that this is quite a full coverage, but I don't know, I feel like if you apply it right on top of your moisturizer, you get a quite nice dewy finish. This, I think the brush is really good. One of the problems I've had previously with foundation brushes is, even buffer brushes, as you put your foundation on, they tend to leave brush marks. So I would especially get them between my eyebrows here, and I find that I don't get it with this, which is really good. I don't know if I'm imagining it because I know that they're synthetic, but I do feel like they're slightly less soft and silky than the natural hairbrushes. If you did a blind test and gave me a synthetic hairbrush and a natural hairbrush, maybe I couldn't tell, but the impression that I get is definitely that these just feel synthetic, which is fine. That's not necessarily bad. They are synthetic, but it's just an observation, and one may be worth bearing in mind if that's something that you hate, or, you know, people are very sensitive to the touch. Maybe that would be an issue. So that's foundation. I think the brush gives a very nice, even finish. I'm really happy with that. That's the 104. Then next, one of the things I feel like this brush set is missing, right? So we have a blusher, a powder, and a face shape brush. But what I would like to see in this kit would be basically a bronzer brush. So this is a powder brush, which is fine, which is nice, but I would like to see this one with a longer, more oval. I have a really nice one from MAC, and I had a really nice one from Blank Canvas, and I just feel like it's missing a bronzer brush. I'm going to use the 110. This is the face shape brush. I'm going to use this for my bronzer. So this would be a really good contour brush, right? And I generally don't contour. I just don't really like it. I think it makes me look a bit old. But this brush is not suitable for using as, like, usually I would kind of put my bronzer on a big fluffy brush and I would bronze around my temples, I would bronze on my cheeks, or like under my cheekbones, which gives it kind of a little bit of a contour. But this brush is definitely contour. I mean, it says face shape, so it definitely is contour rather than bronzer. So again, feels nice. Like I said, quite dense, and I would miss a loose fluffy bronzer brush. I don't actually wear powder that often, and I'm not going to include the powder brush in this look. I have used it, it is really nice, it's really nice and fluffy, but I'm just not going to wear powder because it's not a look that I really like. I don't really like to matte down my makeup, and I don't even mind when it gets a bit shinier because I think it looks quite natural. Anyway, what I'm trying to say is I will probably end up using this powder brush as my bronzer brush because it's nice and fluffy. It's just a little bit big, like I would like it to be more oval. But anyway, that's what I'm going to use it for. Next, I'm going to do blush. This is the 128, the cream blush. As you can see, it's angled, quite fluffy, feels really nice. As you can also see, I've used it already. I don't own any cream blush. I feel like, I don't know, should I own cream blush? And I also feel like when I did own cream blush back in my past, I applied it with my fingers. So I'm just going to use this for powder blusher, and I'm using the Benefit California, which is a new kind of peachy and gold. Now, I will often, once I've done my blusher and my bronzer, I will often go over them again with my foundation brush, just to kind of blend everything in, which means I should probably clean my brushes more often than I do. Don't tell anyone. Next, I'm going to do concealer. Concealer isn't something I do all the time either, but in the interest of doing a thorough job for my video, I'm going to do it. I'm going to use the Origins Anti-Aging Concealer. I have actually had this for probably 3 or 4 years. I should bin it. That'll go to show how often I wear concealer. This is one of the brushes as well that I haven't used. I feel like Chloe Boucher now. This is something that like I don't even know why people do their concealer like this. I just know that they do it. I'm also gonna do it just around my gels. Are they my gels? Are these my gels? I have only ever used a flat concealer brush before, and this is a domed one. Actually, it's called a concealer buffer. It is the number 142, a concealer buffer. I really, really like this. I think it buffs the product really nicely into the face. It gives a very natural finish, and it's really easy to use. And again, I find the flat concealer brushes can leave things looking a little bit streaky. Then we move on. Oh, you know what else this is missing? So after that, I think what we have left are all eye brushes. And what I would be missing now would be eyebrows. Now, luckily, I'm currently using the Smashbox High Tech Gloss Stick. Oh no, it's finished. You're all gonna get to see it dye. So this is one that has a spoolie on one end and colour on the other, and I really like it. So this is one that I would use quite often, and you don't need a brush. Imagine if it ran out now when I had one eyebrow. I think I've gone out like this before by accident. I always love when I use a product up to the end. It makes me feel really, just really like the opposite of wasteful. And I mean, there's so many products that I have in the press that I might have used like a couple of times. Actually, in this light, I'm beginning to wonder if this isn't entirely the wrong shade for my eyebrows. But anyway, we're gonna move on to eyes. I'm gonna do, look at me. I'm gonna do a look. I'm gonna do something really, really simple as I always do. And I'm gonna try very hard to use all of these brushes. I'm gonna use the Urban Decay Naked Ultimate Basics, which is one of my favorite palettes. And if you're gonna invest in any Urban Decay products, this is the one that I would recommend. It's really easy to use. I'm gonna start with brush number 227, the Soft Definer. That's it there. Very soft. I've also used this before. And I'm going to use just some of the really basic Naked Ultimate Basics shades. This one is called Commando. Because I want to use my new Kat Von D liquid lipstick, I want to just go really, really soft on the eyes. I don't really go all out with my makeup that often. I'm remembering now from the last time I tried this, I find these shadow brushes hard to blend with. I've never found that with any other shadow brushes. I do find them slightly hard. I'm going to go in with the contour shader next, just to do a slightly darker shade in my socket. I'm going to use Faith just to contour my socket a little bit. Ordinarily, if I was using this brush, I would also use this to blend it, but that's not really going to work. Okay, then I'm going to move on to my 223 Petite Eye Blender. A small kind of domed brush that's quite dense as well. I'm going to go in with Tempted and just try and soften up the line between those two shades. So maybe there is method to this madness. This is doing a good job of blending, whereas ordinarily you could kind of blend with any brush. So you can see the difference there. between blended and not blended. Or else one just has way more eyeshadow than the other. That's very possible. I don't know, I thought this was going well, but I still think these are not the easiest in the world to blend. So I'm going to use the wing liner, number 317. This is just your ordinary wing liner. I haven't used this yet. I'm not going to use a black, I'm going to use a kind of a mauve called Lethal. That's quite nice actually. This would be really nice with one of the Bobbi Brown gel eyeliner pots, because it actually did a pretty good job there on the mauve. It's definitely tempting fate by saying that, because doing one eye well is like all well and good. It's doing the second one that's the problem. No, I think that's okay. Yeah, they're pretty even. I had to take a teeny break there because my battery died, so if the angle is different or the lighting is different, I'm really sorry, but I'm almost finished. The very last brush I'm going to use is the 226. It is the smudger brush. I'm just going to use it to put a little bit of shadow under my eyes. So I think I'm going to use the shade Faith. This is quite a dense brush. And it actually seems to be kind of hard to get it to pick up the colour. Oh, it works better with a tap than with a rub. That's what she said. Anyway, there's my eyes. I'm just going to do some mascara. I'm using the Lancome Hypnose Doll Eyes. The eyes essentially are not the point of this, so yeah, I'm just going to do one little coat. I'm not going to do the bottom lashes because my bottom lashes always smudge. I really admire people who can get their bottom lashes to not smudge. I mean, I admire people who have achieved great things in academia. Not people who can get their bottom lashes not to smudge, but they're cool too. I'm going to line my lips now with a Clinique Quick Liner for Lips Intense, and then I'm going to use my new Kat Von D. Now I'm going to use my Kat Von D liquid lipstick. I got it today. It is in the shade Outlaw. And this had better be nice because, as you can see from my hand, it doesn't come off. And Kat Von D products are also cruelty-free, so that's nice. This is the finished look. There I tried my Zoeva brushes. Would I recommend them? I love the face ones. The foundation buffer brush is great. The blusher brush is good. I mean, I'm not that mad about the contour brush because I don't do contour, but if you did contour, it could be great. The powder brush is good. It could do with a bronzer brush. I'm not that mad about the eyeshadow brushes. The smudger is nice, but I feel like the rest of them, I don't know, they just don't blend the eyeshadow that well. And I know it's not the shadows because I'd used them previously with other brushes. So there you go. Thank you so much for watching my YouTube video. If you like it, give it a thumbs up. If you don't like it, give it a thumbs down. Or better yet, leave a comment below and let me know what you didn't like about it. That would be great. I would love to know if you have any ideas for future YouTube videos. I would love to know if you think cruelty-free makeup brushes, cruelty-free makeup is important, or is it just something you don't care that much about? Let me know, and then subscribe for more videos. Oh! Big news! I am launching a newsletter. If you want to be involved, you can go to my website, rosemarymccabe.com, and there is a sign-up option in the right hand. As you're watching this video, oh my god, I don't even know. In the right hand sidebar, there's a sign-up option. And I will see you soon. Bye!